I feel like basically everybody who's watching this video knows that when someone's getting married, you're just supposed to be really nice to them. Tell them they look great. Tell them their wedding's awesome. You're not supposed to pick the day they're getting married to start going in. But someone sent a story into me where this Karen lady told the bride she looked like garbage and looked fat on her wedding day. And a bunch of very angry yelling and whatnot followed after. I thought it was an insane story I wanted to share with y'all. Obviously, do not be this Karen. But yeah, I figured it would be a good story time, so without further ado, let's go.
Nice rack and her ass Brazilian. Just turned 21, but my bank's a million.
Alright, what's up guys? It's your boy Scrub here, back again with another video. Hope you're having a great day. I know I am. And as I said in the intro, someone sent this into me. They got invited to a co-worker's wedding, which has to be like the worst type of weddings to go to, is when you don't actually know the people, like you don't know them very well. You don't even know the person they're getting married to at all. But you have to go because it's like an old family friend or a ninth cousin or like a coworker. But he ended up saying yes because when your coworker invites you to their wedding, you really can't say no. So he goes to the wedding and everything's decorated beautifully. He's sitting there and he's sitting like a few rows back from the front. And there's a lady in the front very loudly complaining about how the wedding's ugly and tacky. And they're surprised that there was anything of class considering how trashy the bride is. And he's confused because the person that's saying this is not saying it quietly. You would think even if you really hated everybody at the wedding, you would keep it down because you're at a wedding. No, this lady who looks like a Karen is just going off, and people are giving her dirty looks and whatnot. And finally, someone from the other side. At weddings, they usually split up the family. Someone from the bride's side looked over and told her to please be quiet and respect the wedding. And at that moment, she realized how loud she was being, and for this situation, she got really embarrassed, turned beet red, and shut up. And so he thought maybe she just didn't realize how loud she was being, that was gonna be the end of that, she wouldn't cause another issue. Still super embarrassing, but not worth an entire video about it. So whatever, the wedding happens, it's the ceremony, the bride looks like a bride, really pretty. I don't know, I just feel like there's something about people on a really important day where they just look good. It's like the universe just aligns. Even if you're ugly 99% of the time, on your wedding day, every dude looks fire in a suit, every lady looks great in the dress. It just is what it is, bro. And even if they look like garbage, even if you see your homie before he's getting married and it looks like he just fought a rabid raccoon in the trash can, you lie to him. You lie to him. If you see a bride and she looks like she just got hit by a baseball bat, you tell her she looks great. It's not complicated. It's their wedding day. They're gonna be looking at the pictures forever. They're gonna know if they looked weird, but in this moment, you keep them happy. And the bride did not look bad. The groom did not look bad. They both looked good. And so they were doing that thing where you go down the line and you hug everyone and say congratulations or shake their hand. I don't really know what it's called. And he happened but be behind the lady again. The lady that had already been told to shut up once because she was being rude, way too loud. And they're going down the line and the lady in front of him gets to the groom and starts gushing about how great he was and how great he looks and how his vows were so beautiful and this guy's awesome and he's gonna be such a great husband, just really going off about how great he is. And the person who sent this to me guessed it was probably his aunt or something. That was the age difference. She was a lot older than him. It's not like this was some lady that was in love with him or whatever. I mean, maybe Sweet Home Alabama, but I doubt it. Hopefully not. That's not the type of stories we're trying to tell here on this channel, ladies and gentlemen. Don't submit that stuff into me. But she gets to the bride and the entire demeanor changes. It goes from this has been a beautiful wedding, you're gonna be such a good husband, to just, oh, hi, congratulations. And it's so awkward that even the bride tries to make a joke about oh, wow, that was a change of tune. And she looks at the bride and says the rudest thing you could possibly say to a lady on their wedding day. I'm not even sure why she decided to say this. Even if you don't like someone, this is mean. Even if I had mad beef with somebody, I feel like there's certain days where you just let it go, bro. If someone just had a kid, just let it go. There's no need for the beef. Wedding day, no need for the beef. And if you really don't like this lady, why are you at the wedding? That's what else I don't understand. If you hate the person enough to say what this lady said next, just don't go. But she looks at her and says, oh, didn't lose enough weight for the original wedding dress, I see. And the bride's face just contorts and she says, excuse me? And the groom that she had just been complimenting even goes, That was out of line and you need to leave right away, which like kudos to that guy. That's how you know that's going to be a couple that'll stay together. You got to roll together, man. If someone starts messing with your partner, you got to be like, pal. And especially something that insanely rude. And I don't even know why you would say that. It's not like this lady even like looked bad. And even if she did, just why say that? It's so out of line. You could have just said congratulations and moved along. But the Karen doesn't back down and say, I don't know why I said that. That was so rude of me. She starts like doubling down. What? Why do I need to leave? I'm your aunt. I don't need to leave. And he's like, well, if you're going to be insulting my wife and saying horrible things like that on her wedding day, then you need to go. And the bride now is getting emotional. She's not crying, but it's like that in-between stage where you can see the tears, kind of like welling up in somebody's eyes. You can tell they're about to cry unless something changes. And she starts getting mad, being like, you don't get to talk to me like that and stay here. And the aunt starts trying to argue with the both of them, saying, well, I'm not gonna leave. Well, what are you just gonna do if I don't leave? And so the groom and bride start being like, you need to leave right now. And the entire line is still behind them. Keep in mind, it's supposed to be like this progression of people saying hello and congratulations to the new couple. They're having this argument with the lady that said some mad out-of-pocket comment to this bride. To be honest, I'm surprised the bride just didn't start swinging, you know? Maybe it would have ripped the dress. She's trying to keep it together for her wedding day. But if someone's just that disrespectful, I feel like, one slap is justified. I'm not saying if the cops were called you weren't going to get in trouble, but I think everybody would understand. So at that point, some of the bride's family comes up and they're like, you need to go. And she starts saying about how she's not related to them, so they have no authority to tell her what to do. And at this point, you're just making a scene at somebody's wedding, bro. Like, if people start coming up to you in groups and telling you to leave at a wedding, just go. No one's gonna be looking at you standing up for yourself and being like, man, that is awesome. That lady's really got it together. No, everyone's gonna be cringing because you're the person making a giant scene in the middle of a wedding. So when she says like, oh, well, you're not my family, you can't tell me what to do, they go and they get the groom's mother. So this lady's sister or whatever. And she comes over and is like, what is going on? And she repeats the comment, I just said she didn't lose enough weight to get into the original dress. And the mom is like, what? Why would you say that? And the aunt just starts going off about how she needs to be able to be honest with her family. It's important for communication. And the groom's mom points out that like, well, you can be honest without just being a massive jerk. Like, you just didn't need to say that. It's not like it was even part of the conversation and you need to leave. Like, I understand why they want you gone and you gotta go. And the aunt starts screaming about how her sister is betraying her, and if she did this, she was killing all the sisterhood that they had ever built, which is so over the top, bro. I feel like every family has that group of family members that's just mad annoying for literally no reason, going above and beyond to make everything dramatic. But imagine you call somebody fat at their wedding and then you start screaming that your family's betraying you when they say, hey, you gotta go. No, I think the real betrayal was coming to your sister's kid's wedding and causing a ginormous scene and trying to upset the bride on purpose. And it makes even less sense that the aunt has this much weird beef, because how much time is she really gonna have to spend with this couple, bro? Even if your parents have beef with the person that you're marrying, like it's a little too late, you're kind of stuck with them now. But if my cousin ever tried to give me crap for anything, I'd be like, dude, I see you twice a year. No offense, but I really don't care what you think at all. You think this guy's gonna change his entire life for like the random aunt he sees and gets a Christmas card from? I don't think so. I think he'll be just fine if you don't like the person he's married to. If anything, you're just showing your true colors and making him more sure of the decision. So whatever, they're arguing back and forth, but everyone's very steadfast that she's got to go. And so finally, a bunch of people group up and like escort her out, and the entire way she's screaming about how she can't believe she's being kicked out of this wedding. And this was so unfair and unjustified, and it's like, I don't know, man. I really don't know what you expected to happen. It seems pretty justified to me. And so she leaves and everyone comes up to the groom and the bride and starts trying to comfort them and be like, are you guys okay? And the bride's pissed more than anything. She didn't let her get her down and like cry and ruin the day. She was more just mad because she was like, I know I look good, so that lady's on something. I don't like her, obviously justifiable things were said. And everybody's just telling her that she looks great and not to let him get down because of that. And so whatever, the rest of the wedding is fine. And he goes to work with the groom on Monday and is kind of talking to him about it. And he's like, man, your aunt though, huh? And the guy starts telling him that after the wedding, which is great, everyone had fun the rest of the night, it didn't get ruined. His aunt had started posting on like social media and Facebook and the family group chats and whatnot about how she was so angry that she was considering legally changing her last name just so she didn't have to be reminded of the traitors that she used to be related to. And that's some dedication, bro. Like, I've got some family members I'm not exactly fond of, but not once in my entire life have I been like, I gotta go get that last name changed just because I don't like my cousin that much. That seems way over the top, especially for something you caused. Like, imagine you show up drunk to the Christmas party and start fighting your uncles, and then you change your last name because you're mad at them? Yeah, okay. Yep, no, the logic tracks. 100% go for it. Aren't name changes ridiculously expensive and complicated too? Like, I think you have to have a lawyer. It's a legal process, and no legal process is known for being insanely cheap. And on top of it, then you have to change over all your documentation, your social security cards, your bank accounts, like literally everything that would be a massive pain in the butt to get again, you have to go do again. You think sitting at the DMV is fun? Go for it. Change your last name because you were stupid at a wedding, if that's really what floats your boat. And so he's talking to his coworker about it, and he's like, well, what's your family gonna do? And he says that his family was so just like flabbergasted by the way she acted and embarrassed that they're just gonna let her do it. And they're not even responding to anything. So she's just kind of going on like posting to the void walls and walls of text, and no one's reading it. No one cares. No one's even going to interact. She's just talking to herself. I don't know, man. Weird way to self-destruct. Overall, don't be the Karen that's insulting the bride at her wedding, and just don't insult people in general for literally no reason. Someone starts beef, all bets are off. But like, just going up to somebody on their wedding and saying they look like trash and look fat, I don't know why you would ever do that. There's like not very many, there's no good reasons I can think of actually to ever do that. Anyways, guys, I just thought this was a crazy story time. Hopefully you enjoyed. I know it's a bit shorter. I'm thinking I'm going to get back on the daily upload grind, but I'm going to do like long video, 15-minute video type of vibe every other day. But if you did enjoy it, I would appreciate y'all taking a second to press the like button. Let me know what you thought in the comments section down below. And of course, subscribe if you're new and turn on those notifications. If you want to listen to these in audio format, I do post it on Spotify, link down below, and I've been doing a podcast over on my third channel, Scrubay, so if you want some of the old reaction style content I used to do, I have been doing it on there. Feel free to go check it out. And there's a link to the intro song in the description too. But yeah, on that note, guys, that'll really do it. Don't get anyone pregnant. If you do, make sure they're hot, and I'll see you guys next time. I'm out. Peace.